Hi everyone, and welcome back to another healthy keto eating show, information and story time. Stay tuned. Welcome back everyone. Great to see you and great to be back in doing another healthy keto eating show. And what I have for you this time is a French toast breakfast sandwich. That's right, French toast, you guys. Look at that. And it's done on that bread that I showed you, that zero carb bread that I showed you I did a review on, and found out that it is not zero carb. My brother knows how to do the calculations. He's the one that teaches keto professionally, and he found out that it is 4 carbs a slice, but I do 1 meal, OMAD, 1 meal a day. So with everything I got here, just the sandwich alone is 11 carbs. But with everything I got here, I have a half a cucumber with a serving of ranch. I have 2 servings of cheese and a yogurt with a serving of nuts. I got macadamia nut. It is 18 total carb here. We want to keep it at 20 or less. Why do 1 meal? So it's fine to do all those carbs in 1 meal like that. That's okay because I'm doing 1 meal a day. I go 24 hours to 25 hours without food. So it's okay to do that. But if you are eating more than 1 meal, make sure you keep it around 6 or less in one sitting. I always tell you that. That's how they recommend it. So you can burn those carbs off. But I'm definitely going to burn these because I'm going to go 24 hours, 25 hours with no food. So, but before we get started, I want to read my Bible verse. Never want to forget that. Going through this tough time. I know there's a lot of people that still are struggling, and some people are getting depressed from this. It can be very depressing, and the time is just growing longer and longer, and more deaths, and more, just people just getting sick with it. But the good thing is it's still very, very rare to get, which is good. The number is very low, and the chances of surviving it is very high. So that's really good. So there are some good points, but I keep telling everybody, stay away from the media and read your Bible and lean on God. Get on your hands and knees. Go into a prayer warrior room, a prayer closet, they call it. You don't have to literally go in a closet, but if you have a giant closet, make it into your prayer room. Make it into your warrior room. There is a movie on that. I was telling that in one of my videos. Watch that movie called Warrior Room. You will love it. It's a Christian movie. But anyways, I go back in my back room in quiet time and I read the Bible and I spend time with God and I just pray and I ask him to bring me to good scripture. So he has been drawing near to me. It says right in the Bible, if you draw near to God, he will draw near to you. And that's what you need to do, you guys. We're going to get through this. It says in this good, word of God that this too shall pass, and this will pass. But there's nothing we can do about it. So why worry? Why make your cortisol levels go up? Why worry? We can't change it. So try to accept it. In the Bible, it says, accept the things you cannot change and change the things that, or I think it says change the things you can change or accept the things that you cannot change and change the things that you can. Okay, well, this is one thing that we cannot change, but what we can do is draw near to God. That's what we need to do, and always be drawing near to God, not just because of this pandemic, but always draw near to God. But right now, especially because a lot of people are depressed and, there's a lot of suicide going on and all of that, and it just breaks my heart. You guys, just draw near to God. We need him. I promise you. I am the biggest hypochondriac. I am the biggest person that suffers from panic anxiety disorder, and I have had no anxiety with this. None. Because I drew near to God. I always, draw near to God, but I drew even more near to him and started putting on the armor of God, the blood of Jesus, praying, going into my warrior room and praying and reading scripture and, all the stuff that my pastor does every day. He does stuff every day on Facebook, and I watch that every day and read scripture. And the more you draw near to him, the closer he draws to you. I feel like he's carrying me through this. I just can't believe it. I was just telling my good friend where I live that I can't believe that I'm getting through this. But I can because of God. God's helping me. So I want you guys to understand, please, if you just listen to what I'm saying, I wish I could shout it to the world. I wish I could get on a rooftop and scream as loud as I can and the whole world would hear. Just ask God into your heart and pray and devote to God, and you will get through this. You will definitely get through this. And what I'm going to read here is Proverbs. Was it Proverbs? Yeah. Which one was it? I'm sorry, guys. I always get ready and then I have it even turned to the page and then I end up doing the wrong one. Hang on. It's Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Okay. Proverbs, over here. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him and he will make your path straight. Right there, you guys, that's what it's telling you. Lean on him. Let him take this pandemic. Don't take it on your shoulders. Let God take this and let God help you walk through it. There's no reason we need to take this on. God will take it for us. Let him take the wheel. When it becomes too overwhelming for you, let God take it and he will take it. Let him walk you on your path. Let him take you on that path, that journey. Just lean on him and read, and pray. I'm promising you, if you just listen to what I'm saying, you are going to feel amazing and you're not going to fear this. And I hear many people say the same thing, that are Christians, they're not fearing this. What do you have to fear? There's nothing we can do anyways. And we all are on a time clock anyways. So if this pandemic was how we were supposed to go, then there's nothing we can do about it. So just pray and just know that God is with us every second of every day of every moment. And thank him daily that he wakes you up. And that daily you don't have the virus. Thank him daily. And even if you get it, thank him. Because you can get through it. And if it comes to the worst case scenario and you're dying, God's going to be with you through it. Especially if you're a Christian, he's going to be with you through it. So let's not worry. Let's not fear. Let's just live for today. God always says, live for just today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Today has its own worry for itself. So don't worry about today. Let's not worry at all. Let's just, not worry about tomorrow. Let's just worry for today and let's not even worry. Let's fear not and give it all to God. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, that was Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. So how's everyone doing? Great to see all of you guys. If you are new to my channel, right there is the red subscribe button. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you'll be loaded. You'll be notified of all of my uploads. Share around my channel, please, so I can grow, bigger and bigger on my channel and help many people get their life back and get healthy doing keto. Because during this pandemic, you need to be as healthy as possible, and that's why I'm doing 1 meal a day, because I want to be as healthy as possible, and I love keto. No scientific proof that keto is the best for this way of life, but this what we're going through, this pandemic, hurts people with diabetes, high sugar levels, high blood pressure, and problems with breathing. Well, keto cures all of that. All of it. I had even asthma and I cured it. So that being said, guys, you need to, be as healthy as possible. If you don't want to do keto, then do something else. Fast, but fast. Fasting is important. You want to fast, and I love fasting. But just get healthy, you guys, okay? So that's why I want you to share my channel around, because I can help you. I was helped by a keto doctor, 2 keto nutritionists, and my brother who teaches as a job, and all the studying I did myself. I'm over 4 years in. I lost all of my weight in 15 months. I lost over 150 pounds. Since then, it's now over that. I'm at 160 plus pounds I've lost. I went from a 3X down to a size 2-4, and I went from, a 3X down to a small to extra small, and I went from a 24 gene down to a size 2 to 4. And I did that in 15 months, you guys, 15 months. And now I've been maintaining that out. This month here in April is 3 years I've been maintaining that weight and as healthy as I could ever be. And when I go through things like this, like especially something like this, I'm like always fasting. The lowest I'll ever fast is 16 hours. But if you're just starting, don't worry about that. Just get good fat adapted for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and then start fasting, incorporating fasting. But you know what? If you can fast through the night when you're sleeping, there you go. There's some fasting. That's what breakfast is all about. It's not an actual breakfast. It's you're breaking your fast. So, but anyways, just get on board with it and get, if you need extra help, I link my email down below. I'd love to help you since I was taught professionally. And like I said, the lowest I ever do is 16 hours, or I'll do the warrior, which is 20 hours, 2 meals a day. Or I'll do 1 meal a day like I'm doing here, or I do 40-hour fasting where I go alternate day, where I eat one day and I don't another. So then I have a window where 8 hours I get to eat. And I love it, guys. I just talked to my doctor a few days ago. She had to call me just to do a phone appointment because of this pandemic. We can't really go into clinics right now. So I had a phone appointment, and she was really thinking, because I haven't talked to her in a few months, She was really thinking that she was going to hear that I was on edge. She knows me. She knows me so well. And she thought I would be going crazy. And she said, oh my goodness, I cannot believe how happy you are. That is wonderful. Continue to stay healthy. Keep doing what you're doing. And I told her about how close I am to God. She said, well, that's what's going on then. She must be a Christian. Because I told her that before when I had that problem with my liver. And she goes, well, that's the only thing that we can say was a miracle of God. So I said that God's been helping me. So she said she's so happy about that. And she goes, well, we won't need to talk for 6 months unless you need me for anything else. I'll talk to you in 6 months. So that was good. But anyways, yeah, just you want to be as healthy as you can. And I told her that I was doing OMAD, and she said, that's wonderful. Oh, fasting is so good, especially with this pandemic. Fast, 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 fast. She goes, it's going to keep you in all those states of autophagy. I did do a video on that. Go into my playlist under my keto journey or under miscellaneous. It's under both. Look up the autophagy. I did a video on that talking about all the benefits of it. And I'm hitting it every day for 6 to 7 hours every single day. So that being said, and hey, why do you think doctors have you fast before surgery? Because they want you at your most optimal, most healthiest state you can be in, and fasting is where you are. Because before they put you under the knife, they want you to be healthy. So just know it's healthy. You can't find anything bad on fasting. It's even in the Bible. Jesus went 40 days and 40 nights, and he was skinny. And he was tempted by the devil, but he never broke. So fasting is wonderful. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. And like I said, if you need any extra help, I do want to mention real quick, though, that keto was designed 3 ways. And a lot of people get this wrong. It is for losing, gaining, or maintaining. If you're in the losing mode, you are not going to eat what they talk about. It's, so many percentage for fat, 75 to 80% fat. That's for people like me that's skinny. I need 75 to 80% fat. Or somebody working out needs even more than that. But somebody losing weight, you have fat on your body. That is your high fat. Okay? So you're going to lower that. You're not going to eat 0 grams of fat, because that's impossible on keto. You're going to do like 75 to 100 grams versus what I eat would be 100, 110 to like 130 grams, 150 grams. Some people do that much. You're going to do like 75 to 90 grams. That's what you're going to do. And there was a point that I only ate like 50 grams when I was trying to get the last 10 pounds off. Doctor knew all of it. She suggested all of it to me. And that's why I got to my goals so quick and why I'm so happy and been living life large. I love it. So that being said, I do know how to talk because I was taught professionally. I am not a doctor nor a nutritionist, but I was taught professionally by them. So when I bring it to you, I'm bringing it professionally, and I would never steer you wrong. But if you need extra help even after these videos, then go to my email and send me a message, and I'll go over a few things with you, and I'll set you up on a plan, a macro plan, which is a calorie deficit. I'll set you up on that, and we'll go from there, and I will break it down and tell you more about keto. So, but I have lots of videos. Go into my videos. Go under my keto journey and miscellaneous, and you'll find lots of information I've put out on that. So, anyways, great to see all you guys. As you see, I'm as happy as can be. No pandemic is going to come down on me because I got the good Lord in heaven who watches over me. So, that being said, let's crack our soda here. Well, it's not a soda, it's a water. It's the Clear American. I'm having the cherry limeade. This is done with the aspartame, and I can have that one. Sir Close, I keep saying, I could. In the beginning, I had it all the time in the beginning of my journey. Never kicked me out of ketosis. But now it doesn't really kick me out, just kicks my color down a little bit. So I don't care because I'm in maintenance mode. Doesn't really do much. I'm still in ketosis, just my color's a little lighter. When it's lighter, you're just not burning as much fat. Well, I don't need to burn as much fat because I've been keeping my weight off. I range between 128 and 130, and I've been doing that for 3 years. So I know how to eat, and I know what I can handle. So, but I just wanted to crack this. I'm having the cherry limeade. Yum. And then I've got my, like I said here, my French toast sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich. Yum, yum. Let's get even closer so you get a good view of that. Look at that, you guys. And you'll see the recipe after, how to make. I don't show you all the other stuff I have here because I'm doing 1 meal a day. But if you were doing 1 meal, you could have this exact thing here. It was a half of a medium cucumber with 1 serving, 2 tablespoons. You want to measure everything by cups, measuring spoons, a scale to weigh your food. You want all of that in the beginning when you were doing it. And even like me, I still got to measure everything because I got to up the calories. I eat around 15 to 1800 in this 1 meal. I still got to do that or I will gain weight. So, and the doctor knows what I'm at. She said, perfect, perfect, perfect. But even I got to stay at a calorie deficit to keep my weight off. But it's a half of a medium cucumber with 2 tablespoons of ranch dressing, a little bit of pink salt. Well, a little bit heavier because pink salt, you want the salt. So heavily pink salt on there and then a little bit of pepper. I have 2 servings of cheese and, like I said, the yogurt with the nuts. So if you want that same meal, you can have it. It's 1 serving of nuts, which is a 1/4 cup. All right. All right, let's try this, you guys. I haven't even tried this yet. Oh my God, French toast. Yum. You'll see, like I said in the slideshow, it's just the French toast part I show you. And, you know, the egg and the sausage and the cheese. I don't show you any of this stuff because this was just included. I'm just showing you how to do a French toast breakfast sandwich. And we can have breakfast or dinner because it's just breaking my fast. This is breaking my fast. Breakfast. Break fast. That's what you're doing, breaking your fast. In the bread here, I did 1 egg because this was just a serving for me. I just did 1 serving. So I did 1 egg with a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. I scrambled the egg. And then I did a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1, is it 1? You'll see it in the slideshow, but I think it's 1 teaspoon of the powdered stevia and a tablespoon of sugar-free syrup because I wanted the taste of the maple in there too. Now, you could do just French toast. Sprinkle a little or put butter on it. I cooked it in coconut oil because I was making a sandwich out of it, but you can still cook it in the coconut oil or cook it in butter. And then butter it and put the sugar-free syrup on it, or you could put the powdered stevia on it and eat it on the side as your French toast, so you could have the syrup or the sugar, and then do your eggs and sausage on the side, however you want it. But I wanted a breakfast sandwich. I keep forgetting the word. A French toast. It's been so long since I had a French toast. French toast breakfast sandwich. I love that bread. It just tastes like bread. It doesn't taste any different to me. And I love that I have a smart brother who told me it's actually 4 carbs a slice, not 0. Because a lot of people are thinking it's 0. So think about it. They're going to eat bread all day long thinking it's 0. You know, it's not 0. It's 4 carbs a slice. A slice. That's 8 carbs for 2 slices if you're going to have a sandwich like this. So let's say that you were going to do that. You were going to have 2 pieces of toast or make like French toast or whatever. You could do 8. I always tell you to stay at around 6 or something. If you're doing more than 1 meal, then you would want to do like 6. But if one day you wanted to do that, you could. But then eat just meat, something that wouldn't have any carb in it on the side. Eggs are pretty much 0, but they are a 0.5 or a 0.6 an egg. So you wouldn't really want to do the eggs with it because you're already going to dip this and that, which is only going to be a little bit. But you know, it would be 8 carbs. So then just eat that and then later on eat something else, you know. Let the carbs burn. Oh my God, the edges are really crispy because of that coconut oil. Yum. And then with that cinnamon and sugar in there and that little bit of the sugar, the stevia powder and the cinnamon and then the vanilla extract. Yeah, it's good. I can't wait to try it as a French toast too. Just French toast with the syrup on it. Let's try a bite of our cucumber. I love cucumbers. So I was debating on what story to tell you guys. And I thought about telling you, which one was it? I'll tell you about my honeymoon with my husband. When we went on our honeymoon after we got married. All right. I am deathly afraid and said I would never, ever, 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 and I told my husband this too, when we first met, so he knew that I would never get on an airplane. One, I'm claustrophobic. I don't want to be stuck in a tube I can't get off of. Claustrophobic. I didn't realize how big planes were. But I do not want to be stuck on something I couldn't get off of. Trying my cheese. I think it's mild cheddar. Yeah. But I don't like being way up in the air. I'm claustrophobic. And just, I guess, fear of dying in a plane crash. You know, everybody, that's probably the biggest fear they have if they're afraid of planes. So my husband knew this. And I was wondering what he was planning for us. You know, I figured we were going to do a road trip to where we were going. He didn't tell me. And he told his family, don't tell her either. He didn't tell my family because my mom would have freaked out because she knows that I don't like planes. And she would have freaked out on my husband. Being my mom, Mama Bear would have, you know, because when she found out I was going on a plane, she did freak out. Because she just knows I'm scared. My mom's not afraid to get on a plane. She just knows that I'm afraid. She loves me. She's my mother. And she was very upset when she found out. But anyways, my husband didn't tell me. He knew for 2 weeks. He told his whole family, don't tell me. And he didn't tell my family anything. Because he knew it would get to my mom. And my mom is the best mom in the world. And she's very protective. So it was getting closer and closer. I'm like, where are we going? Where are we going? You know, I'm all excited. Not thinking my husband would ever put me on an airplane. Because he knew I wouldn't. So he's like, don't worry. It'll be fun. You're going to love it. Well, we had to wait a little bit because he got a really great deal. So I think it was a week after our marriage that we went on our honeymoon. But he got these really great tickets. It was like $250 for both of us. I want to say $250, not a piece, for both of us, for round trip, both ways, to Laughlin, Nevada. We stayed at the Laughlin Inn, and we had the room for 4 days, all included. I think it was $250. So we got a really good deal, and we did a lot of stuff. But anyways, he didn't tell me, and I just kept asking. He goes, "You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Don't worry." Well, tonight before we're going to leave, his mom got us a coupon to go stay at the casino in a hotel for a night in a suite. We would leave from there. Well, the reason she knew is because we were close to the airport. So she got us a suite or whatever, so we could at least have, like, you know, because she said she just felt bad too. We weren't on our honeymoon yet. So it was 1 or 2 nights. So we packed everything up because we were leaving from there on our trip. And we were staying in this hotel or whatever, having a good time, whatever. And the night before we're going to go, I looked at him again and I said, where are we going? You know, I said, I just want to know. I just want to know. He's like, all right. He said, I'll tell you. Well, one reason he waited is I would have freaked out for that whole week. I would have been having nightmares and everything. I'm glad he didn't tell me till that night. But he told me, we're getting on an airplane and going to Laughlin, Nevada. And I literally looked at him and said, what? You're joking, right? Like, I thought he was kidding. I started laughing. I'm like, yeah, right. He's like, no, I'm serious. I just didn't want to tell you because I knew you'd be scared for a whole week. I don't want to scare you. I started to cry and I called my mom immediately and said, Mom, in like 4 hours, I'm getting on an airplane. And she was like, what? I'm like, she was like, you scared? And I said, I'm petrified. Fela didn't tell me. I didn't know. And my mom said, oh my God, let me talk to him. She was so mad. She's like, Phelan, why would you do that? Angel's scared to death. We couldn't get non-refundable tickets. And Phelan said, if she doesn't want to go on it, I won't make her, I promise. When we get to the airport, if she is too scared, we won't go on it. We'll be out the money. That's that. I will not force her on it. So I'm on the phone crying. My mom's trying to calm me down saying, Angel, you're going to love it. I've been on a plane. You're going to love it. Everything will be fine. Because my mom still wanted me to go and enjoy my honeymoon. And she knew that I'd be safe on a plane. She just knew I was scared. So she just said, don't worry, sweetheart. Everything will be fine. And I talked to my little nephew, Dallas, my brother Tommy's kid. And he said, I've been on a plane. It's so fun. You're going to love it. I talked to my son. He goes, Mom, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. He had never been on a plane. He goes, I'm never going to be on one. He tells me after. But he goes, Mom, you're going to be fine. You know, like everybody was trying to help me feel better. My mom was furious, but she also didn't want to scare me. So she had to, you know, act happy for me. But she wasn't scared because she loves planes. So after all the talking and everything, I just really didn't have time to worry about it because it was so fast. So we get a little bit of rest or whatever, I finally lay down, and I'm not getting any sleep tonight because I'm very upset, And it's only a couple hours now before we're leaving. So, and I think the night before, we had slept pretty late. We slept in that day. So, I had enough sleep, and he figured I'd sleep on the plane. But back then, I didn't have anxiety. So I didn't have any meds. I didn't have time to call the doctor to get something to get on a plane. So, but anyways, so it's a couple hours till we're getting ready to leave. So then we're packing up our stuff in the hotel, and then we take off and head to the airport. And I'm crying and I'm upset, and he's like, "It's fine, honey, you're gonna love it, and I won't force you. If you do not want to go on it, I promise you." And I said, "I can't let you be out $250 or whatever it was, $500. I don't remember. I thought it was $250 for a round trip for both of us." I said, "That's horrible." So I feel like I'm forced. He's like, "You're not forced." So anyways, we get to the airport. Well, everything's hectic enough. You're trying to check in. You're trying to do this because we're already almost late now. We get there kind of late trying to find a spot to park and all that. Get in there. So I didn't really have time to really worry. We're going through checkpoint and all that, and, checking our bags and all that. And we just get through. I see the airplane we're going to get on. We sit down, and immediately they call us. Immediately boarding for Laughlin. So, I didn't even have time to even worry. I'm walking down the terminal, and I am going as slow as possible. I am scared to death. And I'm getting more and more scared as I walk down the terminal. I get to where they're boarding the plane, and the stewardess is there, one of the girls, the stewardess, and he's telling her my wife's scared, never flew before or anything, and she's really scared. So the pilot, she went and told the pilot, and the pilot actually stepped out of his area and came out to talk to me, and he said, "It's beautiful all the way to Laughlin. There's only one layover in Colorado. The weather's perfect. Everything's fine. I promise you, you're going to be fine." I don't know what it was that man said, how he said, unless he said what he said, but I heard God say you're going to be okay through him. I got in this plane and I wasn't even afraid anymore. Not at all. I got right on it. Wasn't even scared. That definitely was God, because I was praying too. But that the pilot would actually come and talk to me was awesome. So I got on, sat down. Phelan let me sit by the window so I could have a window seat to see out. Everybody boarded, and we go to take off, and wow. Boy, did I love that takeoff. That was the coolest experience ever. I absolutely love taking off in an airplane. Oh my gosh, you sit back in your seat. It's awesome. It is awesome. And when you're that high up and you get up so fast, nothing looks real. So it didn't seem like I was that high in the air. And it felt, just like you were doing nothing. It didn't even feel like you were doing anything. So I was fine. So I just tell you guys, if you are afraid to get on a plane, don't be. Experience it. It was the coolest thing ever. I will only fly now. And I said I would never fly. And I loved it. And then I have another part of this I'll tell you. But it was awesome all the way there. We get there. We have one layover. We board another plane. We get back on. I get to do that takeoff again. I love it. And then we get to our place. And we had the best time. Me and my husband had the greatest time. We stayed at the Laughlin hotel. Like I said, we took one day. We rented a vehicle and went into Las Vegas. We were like an hour from our hotel. Went to Las Vegas and got to walk the strip. We walked one side. This was back when I weighed 260 pounds. No, I was even heavier, like 280. And it was hard, but I walked the whole strip, one whole strip, walked all the way back with my husband. I was tired and sore at that weight, but I did it. And I was in my 30s, so I was younger. So, but anyways, we did all of this, and I was pretty exhausted. We went back to the hotel, and we had so much fun there. The hotel had, it was a casino, so it had all the games and everything. We had so much fun. And he bought me a new dress there, and every day I was standing out on the balcony. We had a beautiful view of the Colorado River, I want to say. Yeah, I want to say that. We were so close to, I'm not going to use the word because I'm probably going to say it wrong. But anyways, it was just beautiful. So beautiful, our view. And every day I would get all dolled up and dresses and everything, just little sundresses. It was summer, hot there. Just sundresses. I'd stand out on the balcony. He'd take photos of me. And this part of the story is pretty freaky. I went out to do my picture at like 9 o'clock. It was like 9:02 in the morning. I walked out. We were getting ready to leave. And I walked out to take a photo. I think this was the day we were heading to Vegas. And we walked out to take my pictures like we did every morning. And we took it, and then we walked back in, closed everything up, and we get out of the hotel, we leave, we come down, and there's cops all around and everything, and there's this, like, person mopping something up on the ground and everything, and we're like, what's that all about? But we were so far away, we couldn't really see. We kind of could see a mess on the ground. I'm like, I wonder what's going on. Why there's so many cops here and everything. Went to, I think, to breakfast, came back to do a few things before we went. I don't even know if this was the day we were going to Las Vegas. Maybe it wasn't, because we were able to talk, unless we talked to that lady that night. Yeah, maybe we did go for the day, and then we came back. We went to Las Vegas. Not even knowing what happened with, like, I wonder why there were so many cops or anything. But then it went out of our head. And that night we get back, we get up to our room, and we were like on the 4th floor, and I think there was like 7 floors, I think. We're on the 4th, and the lady out there, the cleaning lady, was standing out there, and we're like, what's going on today with the cops or whatever? And she said, somebody jumped. Somebody committed suicide. An old man killed his wife in the hotel room, and then he committed suicide. He suffocated his wife, and then he jumped. And we were both thinking, oh my God, because when I took my photos, there was no cops now down below. You can see right where that area was. There was no cops there, no sirens, no nothing. You can see everything down below. We said, what time did this happen at? Because we remember nothing going on, and then we walk out 20 minutes later outside to leave, and because I was just getting my photos. We were dressed and I was ready to leave. This was at like 9:02. We walk out maybe 10 minutes later or 15 minutes later or whatever, and we're leaving, and that's when all the cops were there. And we would have seen them because we're only 4 floors up. We would have seen. So we said, what time did this happen at? She said about 9:14 to 9:15. No, I'm sorry. I was taking photos a few minutes after 9, and she said at like 9:06. I believe I was standing out there at like 9:03 or 9:04 or 9:05, right around there. I was standing out to take my photos. If I would have went out, and I had to do something prior to that. I wanted to do something. I wanted to grab a different pair of earrings or something, but I didn't. My husband said, no, those look really good. Just do those. Had I done that and changed the earring real quick because they were just sitting right there and then stepped out, I would have witnessed this guy falling right in front of me. That would have been the freakiest thing to see because he was right above us. He was on the 7th floor right above our balcony there because right down below, that what was splattered on the ground, you guys. That's what they were mopping up was his brains. That's what they were mopping up. It just looked like food. Like it looked weird. Like I couldn't tell. But anyways, he jumped. Had I waited and just switched over my earring, because they were right there on the table, like how long would it have taken to switch an earring, and then get out there and start taking photos, we would have seen him jump. Literally, when I went in and closed the balcony, that's when he would have jumped, because we were trying to calculate the time, and when we looked at when the photos were taken, she said like 9:06, and the photos were taken at 9:05. Like literally, or 9:04. So literally, we would have seen this guy jump. I would have seen it. I don't even think I could have in my head have even comprehended something like that. I would have had nightmares forever to see somebody commit suicide. I literally jumped to their death. And then, of course, out of pure shock, I'm sure I would have looked, and he was splattered all over the place. They said his brain splattered all over. So that's what I was seeing on the ground that they were mopping up. But, of course, because they had already been working on it, you couldn't really tell, It just looked like food, like a mess or whatever. So, because from the distance we were. But anyways, like I said, had I seen that, that would have been something I would have had nightmares forever on. And I'm just so glad that I didn't change the earring. See how God works? That's another thing, because God know I wouldn't want to see something like that. And of course, out of curiosity, anybody, if somebody jumps, is going to go like this. You know what I mean? It just is a reaction our bodies just do, So, could have been in a photo of my brother. When my husband was shooting the photo, taking the photos, he could have been in the photo flying down. That would have been so freaky, you guys. So, I'm glad I didn't see that. But it was just sad to hear that. And they just said, Sometimes people do that. They spend too much money there at the casino. They run out of money, and they get so depressed they take their life, you know. Not often, she said, but it does happen, you know. But man, that was freaky. But thank God I didn't see it, so I was able to enjoy the rest of my trip. And then we flew back. And that's my story of being afraid to fly. Thank God my husband didn't tell me, and now I love it. I don't even want to drive anywhere now that I know that it takes so long. Because me and my husband did take a couple trips to Oklahoma City, and it took like 15 hours, and even that bothered me. Because I get vertigo really bad. So I'm like, no way, man, I want to fly. I get there in an hour or 2 hours or whatever. We got to our, even with the layover, we got there in like 3 hours. If we would have drove, it would have taken 2 days, I think he said. So, yeah. That's the only way I'll go now. And yeah, I'm so glad I did it. That's why I always tell people when I, you know, my friends and stuff, fight fire with fire. Fight fear with fear. You got to fight your fears. You got to overcome your fears, overcome your anxiety. If you do suffer from anxiety, you got to overcome it. Because you'll never be able to deal with it if you don't overcome it. And I'm so glad I got on the plane because now that's the only way I want to travel. Sure, I still like my road trips and I'll take some, but I can't go on long ones because I get so dizzy from my vertigo. But yeah, I love flying, and who knew? Who would have known I would have loved it? Oh, and on the way back, I forgot this, on the way back, my husband said he thought I would be worried because my husband's been on many planes. He was in the Navy. So, and he's been all over, so he's been on many planes, and never once did he experience as much turbulence as we were having coming home. There was a delay in getting on the plane and all that because of the weather. Finally, when we got on it, it was really bad. The plane was really shaking bad, and he thought I would freak out. He kept saying, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I'm like, "It feels like a car ride. Like, it's bumpy." Like, it didn't scare me. The turbulence didn't scare me. And he said that it was scaring him, and he's not even afraid. And he said it was the most turbulence he had ever experienced in his life, and he doesn't know how I wasn't freaking out. Well, God was with me. That's why I prayed, and it relaxed me. It felt like a car ride, and because it was so dark outside, we left at night versus the day. The first time it was night. It was so dark I couldn't see anything anyways. I couldn't see all the storm and everything. So, yeah, but I wasn't even afraid. A couple of times I took in a couple deep breaths, as there was probably a little anxiety there, but I wasn't scared at all. I loved it. And yet the turbulence didn't bother me at all. And it was bad. We're like, you know, in our seats, things like that. And it wasn't even bothering me. I have no idea. Right there. God got me there and back safe. And now I love planes. So I hope you guys enjoyed that story. And know why my husband didn't tell me, because I would have worried for a week and I would have put myself into panic mode and I would have never went on the plane. I told him after, that was the smartest thing he ever did, was not tell me. Because, yeah, I would have worried. I would have had nightmares and everything. I would have been having nightmares of plane crashes. Because I would have had time to worry. So, I got a little bit more left. I'm going to finish that up. But I'm going to get off of here because I'm almost at 40 minutes. I'm at 37 minutes. I want to get off here. But anyways, I hope all of you guys are staying safe, happy, healthy, washing those hands, wearing the mask, taking care of yourself, doing what your government tells you to do, what you're safe to do. Stay away from people. That's what we're told to do too, 6 feet away from people. We are allowed to go to parks. We are allowed to have fun. We are allowed to do it. They're opening up the marinas now. They're opening up the golf courses, like I said. They're opening everything up. So don't worry. It is okay for us to be in parks and stuff like that, staying 6 feet away. We don't have to wear a mask. People aren't wearing masks and everything. Just if you're in a store, I do wear my mask. I do wear my gloves in a store. I do wash my hands a million times a day. So I keep my husband clean when he gets in the door. He strips down. We spray him. We do all that. So I am taking all precautions. And I'm also trusting God. Okay, God is with me and I'm trusting God. I'm being smart though. And so it is okay. My doctor, when I asked her yesterday too, my own doctor, is it okay for me to be out without a mask, walking and stuff like that? She goes, yep, as long as you're staying your distance from people, I recommend you get out. You need the fresh air. It's good for people. So just so people know, don't worry about me. I am safe and I'm taking all precautions and doing what is told to do. We can't just sit in our house 24/7. You got to get out and walk and enjoy life too. You have to do that too. And if I was told I couldn't, I wouldn't. But I was told we could. So anyways, everybody take care. God bless. I will keep all of you in my prayers. Please keep me in yours, and just continue to read the good word of God and pray, 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 pray. And we're going to get through this. This too shall pass. I love you all very much. God bless and take care. And always remember to keep it keto.